Hey everybody! Today we are going to do a review on a game that just came out last month. That would be the new Tomb Raider, usually referred to as Tomb Raider 2013. And this game was freaking amazing. I loved it so much. I mean, I have never really played the Tomb Raider series before. Occasional rental, 10 years ago, kind of like not really ever gotten into this series. And as a newcomer to the series, this is awesome. I totally recommend it. So if you've never really played Tomb Raider, check it out. If you're a big fan of Uncharted, check it out. I'm a big fan of Uncharted. I've played all three games. I'll admit I actually haven't beat the first one, but I've beat the second and third, and I feel pretty bad about that. But that's one thing I want to talk about. So this game, because I like Uncharted so much, I was very excited to play this. Because I know Uncharted kind of came from Tomb Raider, and now they're adopting stuff from Uncharted into this. But in my opinion, they've improved a lot of stuff, and I don't want to compare, and I don't want to say one series is better or not, because there are some things about this that I liked about Uncharted, and there's other things about Uncharted that I really liked. So I'm not really going to talk about that. I'm just saying a lot of people are comparing the two, but this is amazing. So yeah, it's action, shooter, platformer, and what I really liked, that it was way more heavy on the platforming and sort of action part than it was on the first person, or not first person shooter, but third person shooter stuff, which I really liked. Just as an example, the first Uncharted, it's really heavy on the third person shooter stuff, and it's just constant, and it takes forever for the enemies to die, and this is way different. So, there's any part where you're having to use your bow and arrow or a gun, it's very accurate and more lifelike. Even when she's loading a gun, I mean, it takes a little while, and you can earn different things throughout the game to, get a gun to reload faster, or there's neat things throughout the game. So you have a bow and arrow, you can actually, throughout the game, you'll actually earn the privilege to actually get your arrows back out of an enemy that you've killed. So it was actually really interesting that they did that, and it made it more realistic. And I appreciate that, because it's neat when you see little details in a game. The cinematography in this game was fantastic, just from little things like when they'd zoom out, on her climbing up a wall, because she could do that. That was really fun. You jump off a bridge and take your pick and just get into there. I don't know, it's neat. There is, as far as gameplay, it feels very nice. The handling is really good, aiming, her jumping, walking, whatever. It feels good. Nothing, they really went all out on this and made it feel very comfortable. I really have no complaints actually at all with this game. If you are like me and have played Uncharted, but you've never really gotten into Tomb Raider, I can't speak for the older series, but this one has a very, dark theme, dark undertones, sort of eerie, spooky, and Uncharted doesn't. I mean, there are things in Uncharted that are whoa, that's creepy, but it's very lighthearted and funny and witty, and Nathan Drake is always saying, quirky comments, and, he's being a badass, and he's flirting with Elena. This is not like that at all. But that's why I liked it, because it was something a little bit different. Female character, but it's in a very dark world. She's learning how to do everything. So this is an origin story, which again made it even better as sort of a newcomer to the series, because you're really learning what she's all about. And what seemed kind of annoying at the start, but ended up not being annoying, was the fact that she is very, skittish. She's constantly panicking and screaming, but at the same time, if you put yourself into her shoes, you would be too. She's, at the start of the game, all tied up, hanging upside down, and there's creepy meat bodies, really nasty shit, and then candles everywhere, some weird creepy serial killer has got her in a cave, and she's panicking and screaming and stuff. And it's no, to me that's not annoying. It's how any normal person would probably act. So I think they got that right. I think if they continue to make more of these, that will go away, because by the end of the game, she's Lara Croft and she's all badass. But yeah, I mean, it's realistic. She's never done any of this before. She's never explored or been on her own and, searching through tombs, and there's creepy bad guys coming after her. She's never experienced that. So it's more realistic that way, which I thought was really cool, because you really see a transformation from her at the very start of the game to the very end. Another good and bad thing, this game is very short. It's like 10 hours. Depending on how you play it, I'm sure it's like 8 to 12 hours. But I kind of wish it was longer because it was so fun. And I was a little bit pissed off that it was over. I'm like, oh, I could have at least played 5 or 6 more hours of this. It was very, very fun. But at the same time, these games are, being a JRPG fan, it's really nice to play a 10-hour game once in a while because you're like, when you make that 80 or 30 or 50-hour commitment, it kind of sucks and you just want something nice and light. So this was really nice after playing like Ni no Kuni and Chrono Trigger. It was really nice to play something like this because it's short and really, really fun. So yeah, I mean, graphics-wise, this game looks very good. I mean, obviously the PS3 and the Xbox 360 are at the end of their lifespan, and they are really, I'm noticing this year, even with things coming up, like the Last of Us is coming out, and it just feels like they're completely pushing the systems at their, graphical limits, and this game is no exception. I mean, it looks fantastic. One thing I like about her character that they've changed is she's not so much like a big bimbo, and you know what I mean? Like I'm not saying Lara Croft is a bimbo, but they really make her all vivacious and like just boobs, really. Like when people think of Lara Croft, they think of just big boobs, like skinny waist, blah blah. But like she's got pants on, her top goes down. They've really created a new image for her. I mean, yeah, she's still wearing a low-cut top, but she looks like a normal person. She doesn't look like this crazy Hollywood character who wouldn't really be doing this kind of thing. Like, she is pretty legit. Like, you actually believe this is happening. So I thought that was cool because, again, it added to more of a reality kind of thing. I mean, I really liked all the options because sometimes you'd have a bow and arrow, and I loved the bow and arrow in this game. Sometimes you'd have a gun. Sometimes you just punch a guy or like throw a rock at someone. So it was really interesting, and parts where you'd be hiding from someone, or then wolves would come after you. So there are all sorts of things in this game. I mean, again, it is kind of linear, but at the same time, not too linear, because there are different tombs you can find that you can actually go check out later, or during the main thing, which is pretty cool. So I really, really liked that because this game wasn't really so much into tomb raiding like I think the originals were. This game is really based off a story. I mean, the story is cool as far as the characters, but I take that back. The story's cool, but the characters are kind of mad. Like her friends in this game were kind of lame, and I thought, God, you guys are not great friends. But the story is very interesting and creepy. You're like in Japan, it's all dark. There's something really weird going on the island because you can't get off, and it's not, just because of a storm, something, magical, mystical is causing this. So, really interesting. I really like the story of this. It was very gripping. I didn't want to put it down. Like, I just pretty much just played through this. It was just so fun. Like, I don't know what else to say. This game is awesome. Now, I don't know, because there's a couple games that have come out this year that I haven't played yet. And I don't know. Like, I have Fire Emblem. I haven't checked it out. But as far as like game of the year, like I really, really enjoyed Ni no Kuni, and I know a lot of people, they're changing their minds and they're putting BioShock Infinite or this or Fire Emblem or Etrian Odyssey or whatever as their game of the year. But honestly, like this game was freaking awesome. I loved it so much. It was so fun. I just didn't want to stop playing it. I love these action platformer kind of games. They're just seriously a blast. Like you can't deny it. It's a fun genre. I can't wait till another one in the series comes out. I can't wait till another Uncharted, like Uncharted 4. Like, I can't wait. I don't know. There's something about the exploration to find like a secret world. It's just so fun. So, yeah. I mean, I don't really have tons else to say about this other than it was fantastic. If you're, you had never played one of these before, it's awesome. There's so many reasons to play this game. It was just a blast. I love what they've done with Lara Croft as far as a character. I don't think that people will go, oh, Lara Croft anymore after this. I think they've really made a nice change. Not that I cared before, but she's a real person now. So I love that. But yeah, check out this game. I know that the price is coming down, I think, because there's just so many and people are, trading them back in. So pick up this game. This is totally worth it. This may be my game of the year so far other than Ni no Kuni. So that's about it. I'll see you guys later.